There's a real warmth and a real friendliness around here. That is not something that everywhere can see. My name is Lyle McAdam. I am currently Head of Communications at Positive+1, and I studied the MSc in Media, Communications and International Journalism here at the University of Glasgow. I did not come straight from my undergrad to doing my master's programme. I actually had almost 4 years of living and working in central London, working in different consumer PR related roles. It was always my intention at some point to do a master's, but the two things on my mind were timing and the right course. My background in my undergraduate degree was history and international relations, so it was very theory-led, it was a lot of reading and writing, and I actually think that a fully practical course in media would have been far too overwhelming for me. The course at Glasgow is very much theory-led. You know, there are practical elements, but it really encourages you to think about why things are happening. So for me, the mixture of theory meets practical, it was just a perfect combination. When I reflect on that now and how I'm utilising that in my role as Head of Comms at Positive+1, it really allows me to stand back and look at the bigger picture and actually be more reflective. So Positive+1 is a groundbreaking new HIV app that is going to empower the community like never before. So think of Positive+1 as a Facebook or an Instagram, or you would go to Netflix to watch a film. We want Positive+1 to be the app that is associated with all things HIV. I am responsible for all things relating to the external face of the brand. And what I mean by that is the influencers we work with, the creative direction of our brand, what events and exhibitions we do, the tone of voice in our company language, our social content, copywriting. So really anything external comes back to me and my role in communications. I would say that two of the main things that I've taken with me from the MSc at Glasgow is consistency and perseverance. Filming and producing our final piece of work over the coronavirus pandemic in 2020, it was an enormous challenge. We went from doing a programme that was supposed to be so collaborative, so out there, talking to people on the streets of Glasgow, filming this content, to really producing this in the four walls of my flat in Glasgow. So it was an enormously challenging time. It was really, really hard, emotionally, mentally, physically, and it's something I reflect back on a lot, that if we can get through that period, I really think you can get through any sort of challenge in the workplace, and it's really something that I now am very grateful for, and I'm very proud of, actually. So I would say consistency, perseverance, and just a level of adaptation is what I've learned from Glasgow. Yeah. In terms of advice for students who want to go into any media communications role, I would say be open to trying new things, be proactive, don't just do the blanket application process, and really think about the value that you are adding and where you're going to add the most value. However, also on the flip side of that, what I will say is that you should be open as well to trying new things. When I look at job specs and stuff now for different communications jobs, and I see that the asking is getting greater and greater. They're looking for a very broad range of interests, of skills. So although you might not think that something is helping you at the moment, it actually is incredible the bigger impact it's having on your career in the bigger picture. Don't underestimate the power of small contracts and short-term contracts. I worked as a freelancer for almost 10 months after COVID, using that time to understand what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy, and why I didn't enjoy it or why I did like it. This is the time spent reflecting on yourself is going to ultimately come back to benefit your career and how you're coming across and what you're looking for. I think what is wonderful about the University of Glasgow is that if you decide to come here and be part of this family, you are always connected to that family. We're very lucky to have a very international cohort on the programme, and we were able to work together, and you were having this collective group of people bringing different experiences and different kind of beliefs, thoughts and ideas, and when you put those people in a room together and you're working on media related projects together, it's an amazing space to learn and bounce things back off on each other. So it was a really incredible experience in that regard, and I definitely think that it had a part to play in my determination to secure a role overseas. It was always part of my plan to return to Glasgow after time spent working in London, getting the experience in media and comms, and then getting the qualification to add on top of that. And I think time spent on the programme really just secured the idea in my mind. This was where I wanted to be, and working overseas was what I wanted to do. It's amazing to think about the connections I've made here and the support I'm receiving in terms of my own career development, and also the development and enhancement of Positive+1, and it's having that support is fantastic, and I think that is not something that everywhere can see is possible.